Good morning. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all those fabulous moms out there. One of the things that I do every week when I do my Facebook Lives is I have a blog post, and it posts at 8 a.m. and I always have a link to it in the description of my live video. So you can always click on that link to go to my blog post, and then down at the bottom there's this thing called a project sheet, and you can click on the link and it gives you all the projects, the items that I've used, and the measurements. So any measurements that you need to make the projects. Along with that, I also include like everything that's happening, my classes, my giveaways, everything that's happening. Okay, all right, so here we go. Here is the bundle that I'm using today. It's called Honeybee, and it comes with these dies and this cute stamp set. And I designed 3 projects today. I can't wait to show you guys these projects. Now keep in mind, if you place a $35 order with me this week, you have till Friday, you can get my make and takes for free. And so, okay, so this was the main reason why I used the bee set, this project right here. So this is called a button slider. So this little bee slides down and it opens the lid, and inside are these cute little bath powder that I found. It says, "Don't worry, be happy." I found these at my local Walmart and I bought them out and they're so cute. So if you place that $35 order with me this week, you're going to get one of these so that you can have, you know, when you make the little sleeve here, you have the little salts to put in, because I don't know if they still have them at Walmart. So I want you to be able to use it. Now I know you can use this little mechanism in all kinds of fun things. Think about a Hershey bar or other fun things that you can put in here. So this one, and I don't know if you can tell, but it was inspired by the colors. So the colors on here inspired me for the project, so they match. So I will show you that one. Okay, these are all kind of fancy folds or have some kind of fancy thing to them. So this next one, I was so excited. This is a latch card. Have you guys ever used a latch card before? Where the piece goes inside the little opening here and opens up like this. So this is like my new favorite color combination. This is Rococo Rose and Bermuda Bay. How cool is that? I didn't even realize they were so cute together, but Rococo Rose and Bermuda Bay are my 2 new favorite colors together. And I love this little latch card. It's such a fun, cool little technique. Now, did you guys know that the glimmer paper is retiring? All of the glimmer paper is going away, this sparkly paper. So it's not in the new catalog. So you need to stock up now because it's going away. All right, and then my last project here, this is super fun. This is a pop-up, so it stands like so. And so since we didn't have any of the bee paper, the honey, what is it called? Golden Honey Designer Series paper. I loved the black and white stripes. I loved the gold paper. So instead, I used the Ornate Garden Specialty Designer Series paper that has the gold sparkly paper. So it has daisies. And then I made my own striped paper with cardstock, black and white. So I got my stripes and my gold. Now, the one thing that I did do that I need to fix on this one is you cannot have it up higher than this or else it won't fit in an envelope. So mine's a little bit too high, so it won't fit in an envelope. I mean, it might, but it's going to be a really, really tight fit, and obviously not because the flowers are going over. So I'm going to kind of show you guys how to make sure that you don't go over like I did. Okay? Last but not least is this really cool envelope that has a button slider. Now, I didn't even know what a button slider was. I didn't know it existed, but it did, and it's really cool. And it's holding one of these bubble bath powders. Now, if you place a $35 order with me this week, will get one of these because I don't want you to make the folder without having the cool thing to put inside of it. So that'll be part of the make and take. When you get your packet, you'll have one of these in it. So here's the button slider. It slides down and you can open up the latch. So this just slides right over the top, open it up, pull it right out. So cool. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how I made this. All the measurements again are on my project sheet for this card. And again, I found these at my local Walmart a couple months ago. I don't know if they're still there because I don't go to Walmart right now because it's a hassle to get in there. All right, so let me get all the little pieces. There's lots of punches, lots of little pieces to this. So I'm using a piece of Daffodil Delight. This is 6 3/4 by 8 1/2. And I have scored it on the short side at 3 1/8 and 6 1/4. Okay. And then on the bottom here, on the long side, I scored at 3/8 of an inch and 6 7/8 to create this little top tab. So this is that top flap. This is the bottom. This is going to be our front piece here. So the front piece, we want to take off this flap section here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut straight down the middle here where the score line is. And we're going to cut off this entire section. And the bigger the scissors, the better, because then you have a straighter line. But I already started with my small scissors, so I'll just finish with my small scissors. Okay, so I've cut that off. Now I want you to miter this little edge here and miter this little edge here and take this corner piece off like so. And then this whole little rectangle piece down here we can cut off. Okay. So this is what it looks like before we put it together. I'm gonna throw those little pieces away. Okay. On the front, I put a piece of designer series paper that measures 6 inches by 3 inches. This is a Rococo, no, oh, it should be terracotta tile. Terracotta tile because I'm coordinating with I'm matching the design, the package. So I need to cut another one. Whoops, my bad. I got Rococo Rose instead of terracotta. So 3 inches by 6 inches for the front piece. And then 1 1/2 by 3 for the top flap. Okay. Now, so we're going to go ahead and glue this down. This is terracotta tile, and I love it with the Daffodil Delight. So it's just funny because I used the colors that were in the package. Doesn't that look like terracotta tile? It almost matches perfectly. And then I see some crushed curry, some Daffodil Delight. So I thought that was cool. And then of course the little bee. Okay, so let's go ahead. We need to round the corners of our top flap here. So we're just gonna, I'm using my detailed trio punch and I'm going to round those 2 corners. And I'm gonna do the same thing with my designer series paper so that I can glue it on there. So I've rounded my corners. Now we are going to glue this down to the center. Okay, all right. Now we are going to use the classic label punch to create our little slide here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually take our ruler, there it is, our ruler, and we're going to take a pencil and we're going to mark the middle of this section here. So get my pencil, and the middle, see if this pencil has any lead in it. Nope. The middle is 3 and 1, or the middle is 1 1/2, and then the 16th mark right after it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 16ths. So 1 9 16ths is the middle of that section because this section is 3 1/8. So half of that. All right, so I have my little mark up here. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to fold over this side panel and slide my classic label punch in. And you can see that the little mark that I did was right there in the middle. Now you don't wanna punch up that high. You wanna go down a little bit. You don't want it to be too high, but you want it to be down just a smidge. Give yourself about 1/2 inch. and then just kind of try and line up that center and punch. Okay, so now I have this section here. We're going to keep this piece. We need this piece. Okay, you don't need the designer series paper, but you need this piece, because what's going to happen now is you're going to fold this top flap over, and you need to have it go into your top flap. So you need this little piece that you've punched out as your guide. So you can kind of fold in your sides here and fold this down. And then we need to put this here. So what I'm going to do is just put a little strip of glue just at the top. Fold this over and glue this down, lined up just perfectly with that opening. Okay, so then we're going to take this out, slide our classic label punch over, and punch it out. Okay, so now you have that section there that you needed. All right, so to create our little button, as I call it, this little button here, this little slider, you need your 1-inch circle punch and your 1 1/8 scallop circle punch. And you guys, this scallop circle punch is retiring. So if you don't have it, get it. So we're gonna punch a 1 1/8 inch circle punch, scallop circle punch there. And then we're going to do a 1 inch out of that same color. Okay, and then I need another one that's just white. So we're gonna do white that's behind the bee. We're gonna do that in white. All right, so on this is going to be on the inside. So on this piece, you're going to put one of our dimensionals. Oh, and it's on sale? Sweet, thanks Janie. I like stuff on sale. Okay, so I've got my dimensional here. Now what's really cool is that these dimensionals actually fit perfectly inside that punch that we just did. Isn't that cool? That fits perfectly. So what we're gonna do is we stick it down on the inside, line it up against the top, and pull the backing off. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our scallop punch piece and put it right over the center of it, okay? And then we're gonna glue our little white piece on to the center of our scallop, like so, okay? So now we have that little button mechanism. Cool, right? So now what we're gonna do is we're going to stamp and color and cut out one of the bees. So I'm gonna do that in Memento Black ink again, because I wanna color it with that Daffodil Delight blend. Okay. Find my blend here. And then I always, always, always do the Wink Estella on the wings. Oh, good job, Feline. She got him. I'm never getting rid of my circle punches. They're getting rid of a lot of circle punches. A lot of them are retiring because they have all the dies. So if you love circle punches like me, if you're just a punch addict like I am, then don't let those go away. Okay. So let's go ahead and cut our bee out. Now you guys know that this bee set is retiring as well. So the dies are only going to be while supplies last. The stamp set they'll guarantee until the end of May, because we make the stamp sets here locally. But the dies come from a manufacturer and they're not going to order anymore. So once the supply runs out, it's out. Okay, let's go ahead, put our little bee on with some dimensionals. Right here in the center of our button. All right, so now we can put our folder together. I know, sad face. Okay, let's go ahead and, oh, one thing I want to do before I put this together. You know that 1 inch circle punch that I've been using? You want to get that out again, because we want to punch Let's move our little bee so he doesn't get hurt. We want to punch here so that it's easier, just a little divot. So it's easier to pull out our little package of bath salts. So pull back the tear and tape backing. Now we want our little package of our salts. And what I did was I stuck it here in the front and I folded over these two sides. And I just made sure this was down in the corner like so. And then I just folded this little piece over and just kind of worked my way. Because it is kind of a chunky bath salt, I just wanted to make sure it lined up and sealed up pretty good. Okay, like a folder, like an envelope, right? It's just like an envelope. So then it slides in and out. Okay, and then you can fold this over and slide your little bee and it will latch it closed. So now it's just fun to decorate it. So what I did was I took some of that crushed curry because I felt like it was in that, it was included in that package of bath salts, that color. So I thought, okay, we'll add a little crushed curry, we'll add some terracotta tile, some daffodil delight. So tie a little bow here, maybe. Oh goodness, fat fingers, fat fingers. Okay, so pull that, trim off. I like when bees can move. Bees are movers, right? So this little bee button needed to be able to move, which kind of inspired me. I thought that little button was cool. And this is not tight enough, so I'm going to try again. Okay. This ribbon's going away too. It's retiring. I love this ribbon. All right, so let's go ahead and make our pretty little flower. So I used both sizes of the daisy punch. I used the regular daisy punch, and this is terracotta tile, so I'm making a terracotta daisy, maybe. I hate when it gets stuck in the paper. Does that happen to anyone else? It always happens with this big daisy punch. It always gets stuck in the little teeth. Okay, so we need 2 big daisies, and then we need 2 medium daisies. Daffodil Delight and terracotta tile are cute together too. Who knew? And terracotta tile is another one of those in colors with Rococo Rose. Thanks, Tammy. Hi, Betty. Okay. You should have seen, like, there's lots of projects that don't make it. Lots of prototypes that, don't make the cut. And I was trying to make a honeycomb look. And it didn't work, and it didn't work. And I tried using the honeycomb die cut as a stencil to sponge, and it just looked so weird. And so, and then I pulled out the designer series paper. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. I'm carefully curling the petals. As you guys saw, I tore the other one. That was not the plan. Okay, let's use some glue dots and put this daisy together. So I'm doing 2 of the big daisies, 2 of the little daisies. And then I took one of the Gilded gems. I love these new gold Gilded gems. Well, I hope they're still there. Like I said, I got these a while ago. These were a couple months ago, holding on to them. And yeah, I went to Walmart.com and looked for them and I couldn't find them. I found an assortment, like a variety pack on Amazon, but it didn't have just the bees. It had all kinds of different ones. So that didn't work. So yeah, but I have quite a few. Not enough for a class, but quite a few, plenty for people who placed an order with me this week. So you can get one from me just by placing a $35 order. You'll get my make and takes and my little bath salts. So then I'm gonna do my little sentiment, which is thank you. This could be a thank you gift, right? Could be a Mother's Day gift. Could be a little birthday gift, you know, treat yourself, take a little bath, enjoy. Don't worry, be happy. I love that sentiment. That's what's on the package. That's what it says on the bath salts. Don't worry, be happy. So I just took a piece of Daffodil Delight, stamped the sentiment on it, cut a little dovetail out of the corner here, and just glued that there. What do you think? Cute? Look at that bee slider. Here's the package again, so you can see what it is. You love it? So fun, right? I love this little bee latch. Really cool button technique. Be fun for some craft fair items, right? All right, so here are the projects again in case you need to see them. This is what you could get with your $35 order this week. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna really miss these bees. They're so cute. You guys have a happy Mother's Day. Go give your mom a hug, say thank you, you know, spoil someone. If you don't have your mom here on earth, spoil another mom, okay? Give somebody a hug or an elbow bump or a virtual hug today. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Have a great week. We'll see you next week for more fun projects, okay? Bye-bye.